Hi there and welcome to another episode of My Travel Money TV. Now, a number of you may not be aware that the UK is one of the only places in the world where galleries and museums are funded by the government. Lucky for those taking a holiday here, not so lucky for us taking a holiday abroad where entry fees are extortionate. So to save you the hassle and research, we've put together the top 5 must-visit museums and galleries in Europe. So first off, we've got the Staatsarchief in Amsterdam. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the City Archives of Amsterdam, in Dutch, of course. Sound a bit dull? Well, that's where you're wrong. The City Archives in Amsterdam might be the biggest in the world, certainly much larger than the likes of London, Rome and Paris. The Staatsarchief is home to archives from the likes of Heineken, Concertgebouw and designer Benno Premzela. The archives also have a rich collection of maps and drawings of the city from the 17th and 18th century, as well as other mediums such as films and photographs from that time. The Staatsarchief also holds regular exhibitions, so be sure to check what's going on when you're visiting Amsterdam. So next up, we've got the National Museum in Copenhagen. Not only the largest museum in Denmark, it's free too. So it's located just a stone's throw from Strøget in Copenhagen in a classical 18th century mansion. You'll be sure not to miss this one. The museum covers a whopping 14,000 years of Danish history from the Ice Age and Vikings to the Middle Ages. The National Museum keeps Denmark's largest collection of objects from the ancient cultures of Italy and Greece, the East and Egypt. A must-see is the Holdremos woman, whose well-preserved remains are estimated to date back to the first decade of the 1st century AD. So thirdly, we have the Musée d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris in Paris. It's a major municipal museum dedicated to modern and contemporary art of the 20th and 21st centuries. The museum collections include more than 8,000 works of art from movements of the 20th century. Exhibitions highlight the European and international art scenes of the 20th century, as well as displaying monographic and thematic exhibitions of trends in today's art. Temporary exhibitions run every 6 weeks, and the permanent collection includes works by the likes of Picasso, Matisse and Rauschenberg. If you're visiting Paris, a good tip to know is that most museums are free on the first Sunday of each month. So plan ahead, but be aware it can be very busy. Next up, we have the Berardo Collection Museum in Lisbon. So the museum's collection is representative of the fine arts of the 20th century and early 21st century, especially European and American art. The collection covers major movements from surrealism to pop art, hyperrealism, minimalist art to conceptualist art, presented in various media. It covers Portuguese, modern and contemporary art in particular, but is also home to works by the likes of Warhol, Magritte and Dali. Not only does the museum have an extensive permanent collection, but it's also the host of various temporary exhibitions that change on a regular basis. Highlights to look for include Andy Warhol's 10-foot flowers and portrait of Judy Garland. And lastly, we have the Museo del Prado in Madrid. Not only is this museum free, but it's also considered to be among the greatest museums of art. The best-known piece of work on display is Las Meninas by Velázquez. It features one of the world's finest collections of European art from the 12th century to the early 19th century, based on the former Spanish royal collection and unquestionably the best single collection of Spanish art. The collection currently comprises around 7,600 paintings, 1,000 sculptures, 4,800 prints and 8,200 drawings, so you'll be sure to find something for everyone's artistic tastes. So we hope that you've enjoyed our top 5 must-visit museums and galleries across the continent. If you have any other suggestions or know of any free museums in Europe you'd like to share with us, let us know and we'll add them to the bottom of this article. Of course, you can feel free to tweet us at MyTravelMoney.co.uk or email me directly at sophia@MyTravelMoney.co.uk. Thank you for watching and goodbye.